Hi, I'm Sarah Gutterman. I am the CEO of Green Builder Media, and it is a pleasure to be here today with Shane Dickson, the East Regional Business Manager for Knauf. Happy to be here to talk about the VISION House Hickory Grove project. Knauf's performance and EcoBatt insulation will be featured throughout the project. So can you talk a little bit more about the application of Knauf's insulation products and just talk a little bit more about why this particular project is a good fit for showcasing your insulation technologies?
Sarah, most people don't ever see insulation, right? When it's in their home, unless they get into the attic, maybe they see the loose fill in the attic. But as far as the exterior walls and that sort of thing, once the drywall goes in, it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. But it's one of the most critical points of the structure. Like if you don't get, I've always said, like you could live in your dream home, but if you can't live inside that home comfortably, from a heating and cooling and a cost standpoint, it becomes a burden. So, our products kind of allow to relieve the homeowners from that burden. But from an affordability standpoint, fiberglass is easily the most cost-effective way to insulate a home. We say the best energy is the energy that you don't use. So insulation is a critical component to conserving energy. All of our products are made in the USA, and designed for high performance for single family, multifamily, very cross-functional in usage. The project with Hickory Grove, it brings together, I'd say, like energy efficiency, comfort, health. It's just an ideal way for us to showcase Performance Plus, with our EcoBatt insulation.
So that's a really nice dovetail into my next question for you, which is about EcoBatt's thermal, acoustic, and air quality performance in terms of creating healthier, quieter, and more comfortable living spaces for homeowners. Talk a little bit about those attributes and then measurable performance benefits that homeowners or occupants can expect.
Certainly. So, obviously the homeowner benefits from lower energy bills, quieter rooms, healthier indoor environments. It's great for sound. And with this project being a duplex, it's important that sound doesn't travel from one unit to the next, right? So fiberglass in the interior walls, the partition walls or party walls is what we call them. It's a great way to kind of control the sound and the flow. So, beyond just, the thermal protection, having the acoustical layer of that it's a nice add. I would say that all of our products like that we're using on this, so like the unfaced fiberglass bats, the blowing wool in the attic, it's all Class A fire rated, which is required in multifamily construction. So that's a plus. From thermal performance, fiberglass kind of ensures the home's energy efficiency. It reduces the electrical load for heating and cooling with the HVAC units, which extends the life of the units, which is saving the consumers, the homeowners money. But the thermal performance is it's a critical piece in a net zero construction, which this is. So, I mentioned indoor air quality. We call our products is called Performance Plus. So we're the only insulation on the market that has asthma and allergy friendly certification. So meaning it contributes to a building space with positive indoor air quality. So like who doesn't want that, right? My family, I have children that had allergies and asthma, and if this would have been around, when they were younger, like it would absolutely have been something that I would have been looking for as a homeowner. So we had it tested by a third party. It's the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America. Make sure I get that right. But they ensured that our products have no off-gassing, no volatile organic compounds, no red list chemicals, and has minimal dust. So it offers homeowner peace of mind, with their insulation.
How does Knauf's insulation adapt to offsite and modular building applications?
Yeah, so the prefab building demands precision. Simply put, it's it's all prefabricated. So, I mean, when it gets there, it's got to be ready to go. So the EcoBatt installs easily, holds its shape, performs consistently across the board. So it travels well from factory to job site, which is good. It's a critical piece. Ensures the quality and efficiency, for the offsite build. I would say it works seamlessly within a modular system designed for performance and speed.
Talk about Knauf's kind of back-end manufacturing processes and how you're communicating all of your sustainable corporate strategies as well as product features and attributes to builders and homeowners.
Consumers want to know what's in their homes. And the best way for us to do that is to offer transparency, because transparency builds trust. Our EPDs are product specific, site specific, and third party verified. So it kind of checks all the boxes. But a commitment to clear communication, I think, backed by the third party certifications with verified data is another key component. We're focused on helping builders and homeowners make informed and sustainable choices.
The VISION House Hickory Grove community is going to be net zero carbon. So that starts, of course, with climate responsive design and then green building and building science best practices. It then goes into the meticulous specification of low carbon products from low carbon companies. And then we will also purchase carbon offsets to ensure, that we get that last mile to
Sure.
become net zero carbon. So talk a little bit about how Knauf's commitments around things like circularity and waste reduction and the development of your ECOS binder technology and adoption of recycled content will help us reach those net zero carbon goals.
We've got a pretty robust roadmap of sustainability topics that they're following and our company wants to pursue. Our goal is to be net zero by 2050. So lofty goal, but I think we're probably we're on the right track. The raw ingredients of our products, recycled glass, sand, corn, all things that are sustainable. Fiberglass insulation takes, I believe it's 45 days to recover the energy that it's used to make the product. So by the time you make it, ship it, install it, 45 days, it keeps saving energy for a lifetime beyond that. So, it's a pretty quick return as far as the energy that's put in. So, which I think is pretty cool to kind of have that carbon payback. You mentioned the ECOS technology. So something that we're very proud of, that when we discovered this technology, it's a plant-based binder. So, very sustainable in that regard. We use that in lieu of petroleum-based, which all our manufacturers or competitors are all using petroleum-based. So, it's a rapidly renewable resource since it's plant-based.
Wonderful. Well, Shane, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your
Absolutely.
insights. We're really looking forward to working with you on the VISION House Hickory Grove.
Yep.
And seeing how Knauf offers all kinds of thermal, acoustic, fire risk mitigation, and healthy home benefits to the occupants of those structures.